Silver or Idaho. Okay. All right. Something different. Who's going to call it for your team? Okay. Call it in the air. Okay. The Silver, you guys win serve. Which way would you like to attack? Okay. So white, yeah, kickoff is going that direction. We'll be starting in 2 minutes. Good luck to you.
And we're about set to get underway in the 2005 Surf Cup for the girls. This is Thanksgiving weekend. Hello again, everybody. I'm Greg G.K. Porter. It is the Sereno 94 white versus the Surf white in the girls under 12 category. The Surf white are in blue jerseys and the white shorts, and the Sereno 94 is in all white. They'll be going from left to right on your picture. Let's get the lineups all right now. The girls under 12 Sereno 94 team is head coached by Matt Midkiff. The manager is Steve Greenberg. Number 1 at defender Maddie Bradshaw. Number 2 at defender Natalie Clark. Number 3 at midfield Maddie Pasquale. Number 4 at midfield Danica Greenberg. Number 5 at midfield is Nikki Condit. Number 6 at defender position is Shelby Ohlschlager. Number 7 at defender is Courtney Chung. Number 9 at forward is Sydney Tomlinson. Number 10 at a forward is Allie Duran. Number 12 at midfield is Marina McMorrow. Number 13 at playing the keeper is Tess Rebick. Number 14 defender Leah Stopko. Number 16 at forward Noelle Linneman. Number 19 at forward is Jocelyn Jeffers. Number 21 at midfield is Emily Paxton. Number 23 at defender is Kadian Nakan. Now let's get the lineup for the Surf White. Number 1 is Allie Bailey. Number 2 is Neela Mohan. Number 3 is Al Heeb. Number 4 is Nicole Sherwin. Number 5 is Cassie Callahan. Number 6 is Natalie Gabriel. Number 7 is Laura Liddell. Number 8 is Sarah Chamberlain. Number 9 is Megan Wagner. Number 10 is Cece Ortega. Number 11 is Brianna Hogan. Number 12 is Courtney Massimino. Number 13 is Lauren Koenig. Number 14 is Alyssa Libin. Number 15 is Nikki Papalardo. Number 16 is Devin Leslie. The head coach for the Surf White is Adrian Ocampo, and the manager is Natalie Bailey. And now the goal kick, and on it now for Sereno. They try to track it back into midfield, and now this one is driven up forward for Sereno. Midfielder runs onto it and drives it to where they have to play it in their defensive third, the Surf White. And a foul. So it'll be a free kick. No score, just a few minutes into the soccer match here at the Surf Cup 2005. Greg G.K. Porter, glad to be back with you after doing the military duties and retiring from that. On the far side, DeServe trying to get an attack going up in the air, and a save is made. Nice save by the keeper, Tess Rebick. And Tess drives it all the way up to the center circle. Allie Duran looking out to the wide, but the Surf have it now. Devin Leslie. Massimino wants to go wide with it. Nice pace on the ball, and the ball now driven toward the 6-yard box, but Rebick will have it and will drive it down the field. Not much of a play on that one for the Surf. Playing on a big field here. On the wide side with it is McMorrow. McMorrow with speed, drops it off. Paxson at midfield, and Sereno will keep possession of the soccer ball, and we have a substitution. As coming in now is Nikki Condit. So Nikki Condit will come in. Tomlinson coming out. And now on the far side, a throw-in from the far side touchline. We have no score. The girls under 12 action. Today is sugar coating day. You're either going to get the sugar coating because of the fact that you're going to make it to the finals, the big stuff tomorrow, or you're going to get sugar coated from the parents who are going to make you feel good about entering the tournament and giving it your best shot. Cloudy day today. Yesterday had the nice sunshine. One of the more cooler Saturdays in Surf Cup Thanksgiving tournament competition. But it should warm up as that warming trend is going to start to set in here in Southern California again. Hope you're enjoying the action so far. We have a corner kick, and a corner kick is going to be taken by Jocelyn Jeffers. So Jeffers with the corner, and a big opportunity here. Jeffers on the long one, try to get to the 6-yard box. She has it back now. Drops it into the corner. Condit found somebody to stand in front of that soccer ball, the one with the geometric designs or the swoosh. And so now it is going to be another try by Jocelyn Jeffers. Jeffers want to try to get somebody to run onto it in that 6-yard box. Try to see if they can get it past the keeper. Condit a touch. Condit gets another try at it. Almost a handball. It's still in that 6-yard box. Dangerous territory for the Surf. They finally get it out. Jeffers still on it, though. And a header. And they're able to get a couple players to move that out of the defensive third. Still no score as we work toward midfield now. Papalardo with it. Now running on to it is Massimino, Courtney Massimino with speed, being marked by 2 players. She is able to get it and drive it towards the central, try to get a teammate to run onto it. She has a teammate now, popped up into the air, the header, and it will head out of the defensive third area. Now it's still an attacking half of the field as they're able to get some touches and continue on. Now here's Papalardo with a shot, and a beautiful save by Tess Rebick, going to her right, protecting the near post. But it will give up a corner kick. Tess Rebick, very quick that time to be able to make the save for Sereno. Sereno, the visitors from Arizona, trying to see if they can continue on with a victory here against the locals of the Surf, Surf White. And off the side, that one not accurate enough. And so it'll be a goal kick, but we have substitutions coming in. Coming in now, 2 players, Maddie Pascal and number 14, Leah Stofko. So Pascal and Stofko are into the contest for Sereno. All the way back for the Surf. Nice job collecting it right there in the middle of the field. And now Bailey pushing it toward the central. And here they come again. Massimino. And a drive trying to get somebody to run onto it there, but it's too wide to the far side of the field. They'll continue to try to move it toward the 6-yard box, but cannot. Heading into the central now. Sereno has it, and they want to get a counterattack going, but they're cut off at midfield. Devin Leslie into the central, but standing tall. Sereno and pushing it all the way back up midfield. Still no score in the first half of action. Greg Good Kid Porter here with you That's the name under the GK. All the way back into the 18-yard box. Surf defenders have to play now. Towards midfield. The Surf again. Getting the touches here, but now taken away. Nice job. The 50-50 ball won by the Surf. But it caroms over to Condit, and Condit drives it toward that attacking third. Condit leaves it there for a teammate, reducing the size of the field. Defenders for Sereno now, trying to get an attack going here. Condit on the near side off the 50-50 ball, wins it. Gives it to her teammate there, Jeffers. Condit trying to win that one, but it's driven upfield, and now we have a foul. And that ball is going to be all the way brought back as the foul was further back, not up towards midfield. So the Surf will have the free kick in their own defensive third area. Just on a corner of the 18-yard box. Still have no score between the Surf White and Sereno White. Over in the defensive half, trying to look for an opportunity there. That was Jeffers. Battling for it at the midfield area, but again, coming up and driving that ball deep is Kadian Nakan. To the wide side now, trying to south the corner of the box. That one was driven hard nicely by Emily Paxton, and that ball will go out of play the far side touchline, and Sereno will have a throw-in, but they're also going to have some substitutions. So head coach Matt Midkiff freely substituting his players, does not want any winded players out there, and he brings in now Noelle Linneman, number 16, and number 10, Allie Durand. So Durand and Linneman are into the contest for Sereno. At the center circle with only two back. Racing back now is Natalie Clark, the defender, and is able to win at 50-50 ball, but now it's won back by Allie Bailey. Koenig. Sereno has it, midfield. Trying to get an attack going out to the wide. Overran at that time. Here comes the Surf down the central, but nothing on that shot taken by Massimino. So Tess Rebick able to make the easy save. On the near side, still trying to keep it in the attacking third is the Surf White, as Sereno want to try to collect that ball and move it up the field. And now they have a teammate onto it, and that's Condit. Condit drives it to the central. Her teammate to run onto it, Durand. On it now is Paxton. Over there to Durand, Allie Durand, trying to win the 50-50 ball, and that time they say that she committed the foul. So it'll be a free kick for the Surf. Going back up the field. On it now. Zargarian, and then to the central now, the header. Standing tall back there. The defenders for Sereno. And they've done a pretty fair job of that so far in this contest, and we got a foul now. And the foul is going to be against Sereno, so it's going to be a free kick for the Surf. And now they're going to put a lot of numbers inside their attacking half of the field. Under a cloudy skies here at the San Diego Polo Grounds. The Del Mar Surf Cup, San Diego Surf Cup. And it goes past the goal line and out of play. So that time, they weren't able to get a good concentrated plays. And that's one of the things so far the Surf have not been able to do like they would like to. And obviously, as the game goes on, they like to try to change that. But they're not going to have an easy time of it, as head coach Matt Midkiff is going to continue to put pressure on them with bringing in a host of different players into the contest. 3, 4, 9, and 1. Maddie Bradshaw's into the contest. Maddie Pascal's back into the contest. Danica Greenberg is into the contest. And Sydney Tomlinson is now into the contest. And his center ref over there talking to the coach, Mr. Ocampo, about something. And who knows, it could be a warning. Trying for a big chance there, and a keeper coming out and delivering the big save. Delivering also her body for the offering that time. And Sereno not able to capitalize on the play. They had a big run that time. And that is probably the closest chance for a goal by either team. Or actually the second closest, because remember, earlier we had the shot that Tess Rebick had to go to her right to make the save. But that last chance by Sereno might have even been even easier to try to put something in the net, because the keeper way off her line. On the far side of Surf, White trying to get something going. They're momentarily stopped with a foul and out a free kick. Free kick driven to the far, their near side for the Surf over towards the central, but winning it is Sereno. And they want to go back up the field now. Linneman involved in the touches there. Surf having to retreat. And now there they have the big chance. Ali Duran! And a save made by Zargarian. Ari Zargarian making the save. And Zargarian has delivered twice on her decisions to come off her line and attack the player dribbling that soccer ball. So we still have no score. But two very, very good chances now for Sereno here in the last few minutes. And it's going to be a throw-in. And they can keep the attack going here. On the touch there was Pascal. And a foul. Maybe that was from the other field we heard a whistle. They keep playing on. Advancing up to midfield is the Surf after being able to win it in their own half of the field. Cadian, Nakan. To the far side is Natalie Clark. Nakan and Clark have played well in this contest from a defensive position, making it very difficult for the Surf to get anything going. Ball pushed over into the near side now by the Surf, but that ball had too much pace on it for number 13, Lauren Koenig, to run onto it. And we're going to have a substitution for Sereno 94, the white. It looks like number 5, Nikki Condit, is going to come back into the contest. Matt Midkiff recognizing when he needs to change out his players to keep them fresh and to keep the attack on the Surf. And now Ocampo is going to take 3 players out. Actually, he's going to take 5 players out and bring in 5 fresh ones. Number 10 is into the contest, CC Ortega. Number 8, Sarah Chamberlain is into the contest for the Surf. Megan Wagner now into the contest, and we'll mention the other player as we say her name out there. She touches that soccer ball. Allie Bailey on the near side, and going to come out now is Neela Mohan, and they're going to bring in another player for her. So Adrian Ocampo, Brianna Hogan, it was that player that just came in for the Surf. Adrian Ocampo just waiting and doing a wholesale change as we are a little more than midway through the first half of action. And it'll be a violation and a free kick. That one hitting in the face, and you hate that. See that, but that's part of the game. You got to be very careful. That soccer ball, the header with the Surf, bringing it down at midfield, but coming up very quickly is Maddie Pascal. And Pascal getting it for her team to attack now as Condit chases after it, losing it to the defender for the Surf. And so now Nikki will look for somebody to pass, and she is not going to bring it in. She's going to have it brought into her. But there'll be substitutions here. Jocelyn Jeffers. And again, Emily Paxton coming back into the contest along with Marina McMorrow. So Courtney Chung will have those players to work with now, with Jeffers trying to keep it in, but that had too much pace on it on the throw, and so it will be a goal kick for the Surf White. Still no score in this very hotly contested match here in the second day of the Thanksgiving weekend Surf Cup 2005. And the center ref says, try that one again. The goal kick. Ari Zarkarian, the keeper for the Surf White, has done an outstanding job trying to keep her team in this game. Otherwise, they would be down 2-0. Sereno 94 working on it in the attacking area. But they're going to give it up now. As nice little passing. CC Ortega. Ortega can't get to it. And now it's off of 2 players, and they actually allow it to get quite deep to the 18-yard backs, and they find somebody open momentarily. She's going to take a shot, and she didn't get all of what she wanted on that, did Megan Wagner. Wagner at a corner of the 6-yard box just could not get enough on that shot. Had to rush it. And that's credit to the quickness of Sereno getting over there. Their defenders have played very well. Not going to give up anything easy in this game. Over to Jeffers. Jeffers working over to her teammate, Tomlinson, over in the corner now. And allowing that one to go out was Laura Liddell. For a team to have the goal kick. Chamberlain taken away now. Here's Jeffers. Jeffers wants to go wide, but her teammate could not get to it, as in between her teammate was number 8, Chamberlain. On the far side, and we have a collision. And a yellow card. So the first card of the game, and that is a warning. A little too rough that time in the surf. Didn't get the number of the player who was awarded that yellow card. But surely, if they get another card, we will know who it was who got the first card at the end of the contest, because then that would mean you'd have 2 cards, a red card, and you'd be out of the contest. And in the surf, they have the certain rules that you might not be able to play in that next game. And it is now halftime, and the team that has had the better chances of it all has been Sereno. But we don't have any score, as both teams pressuring each other's defenses to the hilt, but can't put anything in the back of the net. Stick around for halftime. You'll see what the coaches are talking to their players about, the refreshments that they're taking in, and we'll be back with more from the Surf Cup 2005 Thanksgiving weekend. Here in the second half, the Surf are going from right to left on your DVD picture screen or VHS. And from left to right is Sereno 94. We had no score in the first half. There is a goalkeeper change for the Surf, and they have Alyssa Libin in there now. She takes over for Ari Zargarian, and Zargarian played very well in the first half. Had to make 2 critical saves, otherwise it would be 2-0. Sereno, the visitors from Arizona. Here goes the Surf White with the direct kick, and that one goes past the goal line. They tried to just drop it in there in that far post, but it didn't work that time. Not an easy thing to do, and when you're at this level, it's something that is going to be a work in progress. But boy, by the time they get to 14 and 15 years of age and 16, look out. If you are not ready as a keeper, they will beat you on that shot. But don't get me wrong, these girls are a lot better than the girls of yesteryear at this age. So with all of that other thing I said, just remember that fact. Level of soccer play in this country has risen tremendously to the point now where we are definitely in the minds of the rest of the world and the world's most famous sport. And we have a collision there, but coming out with it is the serve. Excuse me, and they knock it off of one of the defenders of Sereno on the near side, and they will throw it in. Still no score in the soccer match. First few minutes in the second half from the Surf Cup 2005, the girls only Surf Cup on Thanksgiving weekend. Hopefully all your turkey and festivities of family and friends have been fantastic for this year. The serve again, but midfielders making it a tough time for the serve to advance down the field. And let's see. It is going to be a corner kick. And the center ref trying to, and it is a goal kick. So he changes the call. And he has the ability to do that. Condit getting it over to Jeffers. Jeffers strong there in the far side in midfield, getting it to her teammate. But standing there to block that one was Chamberlain. Sereno. Katie in the can, who's played so well in the first half, and driving the ball up again. Trying to get her teammate Emily Paxton to do something with it, and she is able to get it off of the serve, so it'll be a throw-in for Maddie Bradshaw. On the near side, Sereno trying to make something happen. Trying to get around that blue and white. And here's a service into the box, into the central. Couldn't quite get anybody to run onto it there, as McMorrow just could not get to the soccer ball. She was there in the central. Still no score. A very good, hotly contested match here in the Surf Cup. Day number 2. The sugarcoating day, as I mentioned before. And if you didn't catch it, you're either going to be sugar-coated by your family because it's pretty much over for you. You won't make it into the third day, or you're going to get sugar-coated by the Surf Cup. And that means you'll get a chance to play on the third day. Attendance is down dramatically, but that's because there's only a few teams left. Here you go. With it is Paxton. Paxton making a move. Paxton on the wide. Paxton cuts it back. Gets it over to her teammate, McMorrow. McMorrow back to Paxton. Paxton going to run around a couple of players. Paxton still on the soccer ball. As they drive it, the Surf out of play, and it'll be a throw-in. Maddie Bradshaw will throw it in for Sereno White. Will the substitutions come in now? One will come in, and that is Sydney Tomlinson. I like that name, Tomlinson. It has a great ring in a San Diego football lore. A guy named LaDainian Tomlinson, otherwise known as LT to most fans. And there is going to be a yellow card going against the Surf. And so now they get a yellow card. So both teams have a player with a yellow card on it. And when I said hotly, I was not joking. It has been a hotly contested match. Sereno will get the free kick. And they have their big chance here on Alyssa Libin. Libin gonna try to find out where she wants to be. And looking at teammates too. And they all move out of the way. So they're just going to let Libin try to see the soccer ball. Taking it is Tomlinson. Tomlinson bending ball over the top of the net. Tomlinson tried to go topside to try to make it a 1-0 score. But that ball with the wind would not do what she wanted it to do. So now they get the goal kick. The serve. Bradshaw. Back to Nakan, and we have a foul. And we'll take a timeout as a player is hurt. We'll be right back. And she is getting up. Looks like we're going to stay with it. And number 12, Courtney Massimino. They are going to substitute her now. Adrian Ocampo going to bring a fresh player in. And it'll be a free kick. Nakan. Cadian has played well and drives it. Up to Jeffers. Jeffers now pushes it out to the wide to Paxton. Emily Paxton. Paxton being marked heavily. Paxton overruns it and then gets back to it. And it might be a throw-in. No, it is lastly touched off the Surf White. So they get to do the attacking third. Sereno, 94 White, still on the ball, over to Jeffers. Jeffers, too much pace on the ball for Jocelyn to run onto it. So a goal kick, and we'll have another substitution for the Surf White. As they did not do a lot of substituting in the first half. But they are doing a lot more of it here in the second half early. Ocampo wanting to try to match up with the level of play with the White of Sereno. At least as far as keeping his players fresh. Retreating back nicely that time was Shelby Oslager. Just outside the 6-yard box, driven out of the attacking third. Shielding the player, nicely done that time by Devin Leslie. Getting it to her teammate, 50-50 ball, won that time by Stavko. A heel pass to the near side now. And then it is caromed over into the corner. And retreating back to the deep third, Bradshaw. In the central, a dangerous ball, but getting over there was Condit. Beautiful play. Condit had to stand tall because that ball was out at the top of the 18-yard box. And that could have been a big play chance for the Surf. But Condit did not allow it. Toward the central now for the Surf. They still are on the soccer ball. Bailey. And retreating back, just getting it by Bailey that time was the can. And the ball rolls out of play, and it looks like it's going to be a goal kick. Goal kick as Katie and Nakan will take it. Still no score in the second half as we get closer and closer to halfway through this second half of action. Greg G.K. Porter with you on a cloudy, somewhat cloudy day here in Del Mar, California. Got a little wind going also, but they said that it could have been more rain in the first half of the day, but it hasn't transpired that way, so it's kept it rather dry. Sherwin, service into the box, has a player, can't bring it down, but here's one, and over the top of the net. That was Al Heeb, and Heeb driving that ball. If she could have brought it down, that had enough velocity for a 1-0 lead, but she could not bring that one down. So far, getting some more chances are the serve. However, doesn't mean anything unless you put it in the back of the net in a game of soccer, or otherwise known in the world as football. Neela Mohan. Devin Leslie coming in for the serve. Or a correction on that one. It was Noelle Linneman and Natalie Clark for Sereno coming in. Natalie Clark now. The serve on the near side. But running back to go get it is Emily Paxton. Into the central now. The serve player surrounded by a few, and that's Massimino. Cannot continue forward. Sereno, the 94 white team, has done a great job defensively. Not allowing numerous touches and good chances to get a good shot. And now coming out and making a nice play. Again is the keeper, Tess Rebick. And Rebick has played well. Rebick getting it to midfield. Off the header. 2 touches by Sereno. Can't continue. Although they get another one, and that one goes outside the near side touchline. It'll be a throw-in for the serve. Collision there, but Paxton driving it towards the central, and it'll be a foul. So now they're going to get a free kick. Center ref recognizing that one. And they're going to use, Sereno's going to use Katie Nakan. And you know how strong her foot has been in this contest. They want to get one in at 6-yard box and try and put it in the back of the net. No score still. Ball driven over outside the 18-yard box now, but they have a player in the corner working hard. Linneman. Paxton tried to run to it, couldn't get to it. Greenberg, and a foul. And that foul as Greenberg putting the attack on. Coming up from her midfield position. And now here's the can. Cadian has a strong enough leg to try to put it in the back of the net. Or will she pass it? She bends it over to the far side, but the keeper able to get to it before the attacking player for Sereno. Still no score. Driven to midfield. Way up in the air. The 50-50 ball won by the serve. Bringing it down. Lastly touched by Sereno. And substitutions will be coming soon for Sereno. But they'll play on now with the players they got out on the field. As they try to push up the field, the serve. The ball moves over towards the attacking third. However, standing tall that time is the can. Driven all the way back to where Libin comes way off her line. On the far side. And there was a challenge, and that one was won by Sereno. Still no score. Will this end up being a scoreless tie in regulation? Or will somebody put one in the back of the net? The Surf White in their own half of the field. Now trying to get some passing going. on the near side, trying to get a coordinated play, and they have one player all alone in the box to the central, and maybe she shouldn't have passed the soccer ball because she was wide open. And sometimes players think I got to pass it to somebody, and sometimes it's just best to just take a shot. And this time it worked for Sereno. Emily Paxton, but now getting challenged again and attacking third. With it is Sherwin. Sherwin trying to coordinate a pass in the box, but she gets it again. The header outside of the box. Nicely done. Sherwin wants to get and does a nice half volley, but what she was out. Might have been out that time. Big old kick. And substitutions for Sereno. Sereno going to bring in 3 players. Again, Jocelyn Jeffers back into the contest. Maddie Bradshaw back into the contest. Ali Durand. In the attacking area, in the near side. Nicole Sherwin. And Sherwin's going to throw it in. Look like there's going to be substitutions now for the Surf. Will they do wholesale or will they do individual? I'm going to bring 1 player in. They try to maybe sneak in the backside. That one is kicked out by the Surf. Little too high on the pace on that one. Goal kick. And this one is driven over toward the near side now. Bradshaw chasing it down, and she'll get a chance to throw it in. Try to get a counterattack going. Asking for it is Greenberg. Greenberg, almost a handball, but they didn't call it. And this one into the central now. The Surf standing tall. Great job by Courtney Chong. But they still have the soccer ball, and they will kick it past the goal line. Chong stood very tall in the central, in the middle of that 6-yard box. If she doesn't make that play, they have a brilliant chance to try to put one in the back of the net. Again, I mentioned the defenders for Sereno have played outstanding in this game. And they played coordinated in this game. Leah Stavko is into the contest for Sereno. Any kind of goal at this point in the game could really be the final goal of the game because time is running out. Running back to try to get it is Al Heeb. Heeb gave it up to her teammate, and trying to get that pass was Jeffers. Jeffers still in the area. And a foul. Jeffers just wanted that soccer ball, but she could not get it. It was too much action. On the attack at the midfield for Sereno to where it was a foul. After the free kick, collision there. Players get up there okay. On it now, Sherwin. Sherwin again, but there's Chong in the middle of the box, coming back to make the big play and get it out of the box. The Surf now continuing to try to put pressure on. And this one put to the wide, and a shot just missed. The Surf tried to find an opportunity that time to sneak one in the near side, but just could not quite get it. And so it'll be a goal kick. Upfield, Jeffers brings it down. Ball taken away from her now. And out to the wide, a shot again, and it hit the post. The 6-yard box, still attacking, is the serve as they stay on the attack here. Chamberlain now will throw it in. And they'll have a corner kick. Continuing to find the mentality to keep the pressure on now, and Sereno had the post help them that time. This time, their keeper makes the save. In the right position, Rebick says, I kissed the post before the game to help me. I know they do that in hockey. The keepers. I'm sure they do it in soccer too. The post is my friend. Coming way off her line, and that ball will go all the way past the goal line. And Rebick taking a big gamble. Coming way out of the box. If you're outside the 18-yard box, you cannot touch it with your hands if you're the keeper. But she knows her defenders have been there for her in this game. But they get another corner kick to serve to. The last one, Rebick had to make the save. They bend it to the out part of the box, trying to get a touch on it. And this one up in the air, trying to get a header. They just missed the opportunity. That was a big play, and they would have scored if she could have got her head on the ball. And surely with a mindset like that in the under-12, she's going to do it. Continue to do that in the future, and she will get her head on the ball. Just missed it on the jump. So Rebick now wants to get the ball downfield. As the Surf have been buzzing like bees, trying to make something happen here in the late stages of the game. But all it takes is one big rush. Sereno now. Visitors from Arizona trying to continue, and they have a soccer club that I'd seen years ago that was doing quite well, and they are even better as the years have progressed. It is not unusual for them to win a soccer tournament this big. And even at this level, here we go with a free kick. The center ref.
Don't leave the players. Leah, Tess, this is yours. Nothing over your head, Tess.
The determination of the Surf White, still trying to put this pressure on, and he calls. Go ahead and drive the ball. The header up in the air. Who's going to win it? Who's going to get it out of there? Sereno does. And that's a big play. And here goes Jeffers. Jeffers all the way down, going to be challenged, but Jeffers going to try to put it in the net. No, and a save. However, and that is the end of the game. No score as the final play. Jeffers running down, and the time ran out, and that was the biggest thing that they wanted, was to get an opportunity for it to go as a tie game in regulation. And Jeffers now, as she's being helped back, but won a game by two girls under 12 teams. And if you don't lose, you still get an opportunity to continue on to win it all. We hope you've enjoyed this contest between the Surf White and Sereno White. I'm Greg G.K. Porter saying stick with us. There'll be interviews and comments from those who participated in the game today between these two teams from Arizona and California. We'll be right back. Greg, good kid Porter back with you at the end of this game between Sereno and the Surf White. Both teams played a great battle, and I'm here with the Sereno White team, whom would have loved to score against the number 1 team in the nation, but I believe the number 4 team in the nation has moved up after today. You are?
Katie Knockin.
Okay. Katie, talk a little bit about the game today. You played real well defensively. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, they're really good attacking because they knock the ball a lot more around, and they mess around with the ball a lot, so it's really hard to defend more than the other teams.
I believe they were really buzzing around in that second half, trying to do some things and trying to get that ball in the back of the net. They took some pretty good shots, corner kicks and stuff. But what was you guys' mentality when they were trying to do something off the corners?
Just to try to get it out of the box and try to get it up to the forwards so we could counterattack.
Yeah, not play around with it too much in their defensive box. Well, you guys did a great job of that. Talk a little bit about your trip out here. I know you're from Arizona. Talk a little bit about this trip.
It's been fun. I haven't gone to the beach yet, but I want to, so.
Okay. It looks like you guys are going to have a very successful trip and could be the champions. Anything else you'd like to say to your family or friends watching this DVD video?
Well, I think everybody played a really good game, so I'm glad that we got to win, got to tie this game, so we can move on.
All right. Like I said in the telecast, it was about sugarcoating, and you guys have got the tournament sugarcoating today. Okay, let me talk to your teammate in the middle. Tell us who you are and what position you played out there.
I'm Maddie Bradshaw, and I play right back or left back. And
Maddie, talk a little bit about the game today, your progress.
it's really fun to play teams out here in California because they're a lot better than in Arizona. And they were a good team. They made good runs and stuff. And they were really good attacking wise, so it was fun.
Well, it's definitely a day that's a little bit cooler. Did that kind of help you guys today? I know your coach freely substituted and kept you guys fresh.
Yeah, that was it was good, but I like the cold weather down here.
You guys would play them in the heat or in the cold. It wouldn't have mattered because you guys could take it. So talk a little bit more about what you guys plan to do the rest of the time while you're out here.
I want to go down to the beach, and I hope we win. So that's all I.
One way or another, if you don't win, you'll be finalists. There's no doubt about that because you guys look real good today. Let me talk to your teammate to the outside. She is the keeper and had an outstanding game today. Made some big plays in and around that net. Talk a little bit about you coming off the line, but having no fear about that.
I had fear, though. No, but I had fun, but I was, scared the whole entire time, basically. So it wasn't that fun, but it was, sort of.
The true stock soccer story, huh? But you did well today, and your teammates helped you out a lot and made good decisions. And talk a little bit about what you'd like to try to see your team be able to accomplish out of this trip out here to California and yourself.
Winning. But just getting better than we were when we started to come out here and stuff.
I think you guys have accomplished that already.
But, winning it this time.
Well, I know your coach, Matt, has done a great job preparing all three of you. What schools do you guys go to? I'm going to go right back to you, the keeper.
I go to Mountainside.
You got a favorite subject over there?
Math.
And a favorite teacher?
Miss Burse.
Okay.
I go to Snow and Trails, and my favorite subject is social studies, and my favorite teacher is Mr. Dolezal.
All right.
I go to Cheyenne, and my favorite subject is science, and my favorite teacher is Mr. Bates.
All right. Okay, well, girls, one last shout-out before you go.
Go Grayson.
Tyler, Ross.
Grayson.
Thanks, girls. Greg Porter back here with some more ladies from the Sereno team of Arizona, and you are?
Nikki Condit.
Okay. Talk a little bit about the game today, your trip out here, Nikki.
Well, we got out here Thursday, and we've been doing really good so far. Last year we didn't do so well, so this year we're expected to do well, and so far we're doing really good. So that's good.
I see this Zout on you guys. Who is that?
Zout is a sponsor.
Okay. And what do they do?
Give us money.
I mean, are they soap or what are they?
It's a cleaner. Yeah, it's a laundry detergent.
Okay, laundry detergent. Okay, great. I think I've heard of them before. I don't use them, but I think maybe one time in my life I remember them. But anyhow, that's fantastic. You guys have great uniforms and you guys play well. What has changed? Maybe the whole soccer club over there, their mentality about playing in big tournaments like that. Do you see anything that's maybe they've taught you from the time you were young?
Well, we've gotten better at shape and like knowing the game. So they're just like getting us to know our positions and knowing what to do out in the field. So.
And that's a big thing. Talk a little bit more about what you like to do while you're out here.
Well, we like to go to the beach, and we usually go out to dinner as like a team, and we have really fun, and we go to the beach together. And
from Arizona, that's one of the things you definitely want to try to do if you can, see some beach. Let me talk to your teammate and tell us who you are.
Shelby Oschlager.
Okay. Shelby, talk about the way you played today. Tell us your position also.
I'm a central defender, and I think as a team we played fantastic. We tied the best team in the nation, so I think we did pretty good.
Okay, well, it looks like you guys have a lot of mindset towards probably trying to win this thing. What do you anticipate from some of the other teams that maybe you didn't see today?
Well, I think that the teams that are coming up will be just as challenging in this team, but maybe not as challenging, so we won't be under as much pressure. So we'll have a pretty good shot at the trophy.
With your coach substituting you guys out freely, that really helps.
Yeah, because then it gives us a break when we need one, and so.
Great. Talk about your trip out here. What you plan on doing?
I'm just planning on hanging out with my friends, and I've had a great time.
Good. Okay. Well, let me talk to your teammate to the outside. And you are?
Sydney Tomlinson.
Cindy, talk a little bit, and I mentioned your last name and stuff because if you're a San Diego football fan, there's a guy named LaDainian Tomlinson that everybody loves out here. But you guys just all over the field, were real conscious of what they were trying to do and really trying to put pressure on them anytime you could. Talk a little bit about the game today with your teammates.
I think that the surf team is pretty good. I think their attacking is very good, and we had the nerves to go against them, and I think we played great today.
And what do you plan on doing while you're out here?
I think just hang out and just go to the beach and have a lot of fun.
What school you go to, Sydney?
I go to Red Mountain Ranch Elementary School. Probably Miss Godfrey and Miss Seitzer.
And you?
I go to Terramar Elementary, and my favorite teachers are Miss Caston and Miss Mosey.
I go to Pope John the 23rd, and my favorite teacher is Mr. Ward.
Okay. All right, ladies, one last thing you want to say to your parents or anybody who watches DVD?
Thank you for the support.
Yeah, I just wanted to say to all my parents and my brother that I'm very grateful of all the support and stuff.
Yeah, I'm really happy that my parents are there, and I like when my brother and sister come out to watch me, so I really like their support. It makes me feel really good when they're watching me.
Well, thank you, ladies, and good luck in the rest of the tournament. Greg Porter back here with some more Sereno White players from Arizona who had a great game today, even though it was a scoreless tie, but they accomplished an objective. And you are?
Maddie Pascali.
Okay. Maddie, talk a little bit about the game today.
Well, we had a fight, and they had the ball in our defense in our half most of the time, but we kept up with them and defended.
Well, you did, and if you didn't do that, then obviously they would have scored some goals. But I think you guys had the better chances than they did when it was all said and done. Do you think so?
Yeah.
Well, talk a little bit about the kind of fun that you want to have while you're out here in San Diego.
I want to go to the beach. Just hang out with all my soccer friends and have fun.
All right. Well, let me talk to your friend in the middle and teammate. Tell us who you are and what position.
I'm Natalie Clark, and I play defense.
Talk a little bit about your defenders today, your teammates, and how they had that mindset and the way the tournament's gone.
Well, we had to get the ball out of our half most of the time, and we just had to pay attention and guard all the players from the other team and stop them from scoring.
And that worked very, very well for you guys today. You guys had a single mindset and worked on both ends. What would you like to try to do while you're out here and enjoy the rest of this trip out here to California?
Win Surf Cup and go to the beach and watch movies and hang out with all my friends.
Make it a good trip. Okay, let me talk to your teammate to the outside and tell us who you are. What position?
I'm Alyssa Durandi, and I play inside midfielder.
Alyssa, talk a little bit about the tournament so far and how much you've enjoyed it.
It's been hard, and we had to fight for all of our games, but I think this is the hardest game we've had out here.
But you guys have been up to the task, as it showed today. And talk a little about what you'd like to try to do with what's left, your trip out here in California.
Win state cup and just go to the beach and watch movies and go to the movie theater.
Okay. Sounds like a winner. Tell us what school you go to, favorite subject, favorite teacher.
I go to Terramar Elementary. My favorite subject is science, and my favorite teacher is Mrs. Blaine.
I go to Christ Lutheran School, and my favorite subject is science, and my favorite teacher is Mr. Doyle.
I go to Desert Springs Elementary. My favorite subject is reading, and all my teachers are great.
One last thing you'd like to say to your parents or anybody who ever watches this DVD?
We beat surf on their own turf.
I like to thank everybody for watching us and supporting us.
Thanks for all the support, and thanks for cheering us on.
Okay, girls, thank you very much, and good luck in the rest of your visit out here in California. Back here at the Surf Cup 2005, Greg Porter with some more Sereno Lady Eagles from the white team, and tell us who you are.
I'm Danica Greenberg, and I play holding central midfield.
Danica, talk a little bit about the midfield today. Was it any different than any other game in the Surf Cup so far?
Well, their midfielders, on surf, had a lot more moves, and they had more speed than the Arizona teams and stuff. And they passed it a lot more and did a lot of one-touch passing and stuff, so it was sort of harder to keep up than other teams.
But you learned a lot from the way they do things, and you guys can incorporate that into your game, right?
Uh-huh.
Talk a little bit about the way you want to enjoy this trip out here to California.
What?
I mean, the things you might want to do with your friends on the team and stuff.
Oh, well, we've had a lot of fun so far, I think. And tonight we might go see Harry Potter as a team. And last night we had a team dinner and we had pizza and watched a movie, and that was fun. And yeah.
That's a lot. That's fun. Okay, let me talk to your teammate. Tell us who you are, what position you play.
I'm Leah Stafko, and I play holding midfield, central mid.
Leah, talk a little bit about the things that you've achieved in this tournament and what you look forward to in the rest of the time your visit here.
Wait, what?
The types of things that your team has done and
Well,
what you've done.
Well,
Is there anything you could think of that your play today, your team's play?
I think we did a good job of getting the ball out when it was in our field, half of the field, and yeah, and I'm really looking forward for tomorrow for the semis and finals, hopefully. Yeah.
Be a lot less people here tomorrow, but that's the chance when you guys could win the hardware, so to speak. Tell us what school you go to.
PCDS.
You got a favorite teacher over there?
Miss D. Ngara. Yeah.
Subject?
Science.
Well, I go to the same school as Leah, so PCDS, and my favorite subject is science also, and my favorite teacher is also Miss D'Angara.
Well, one last thing you'd like to say to your parents or anybody who ever watches this DVD.
Thank you, Dad, for taking me here, and Mom, thanks for flying in yesterday.
Yeah. Thank you, Mom, Dad, for getting me here, and my sister Will and my sister Annie for always supporting me. Yeah, just thank you.
Yeah, one more thing. Yeah, thanks, Tess. Yeah, I'm thanking you. Yeah, and Emily. And Bradshaw.
Everybody that's nice.
Yeah, everybody that's here. And my dog, Coco.
And everybody in the world that's nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, girls. I think you covered it all. Good luck. Greg Porter back here with some more the Sereno 94 white team. And tell us who you are and what position you play out there.
My name's Jocelyn Jeffers, and I play the target player, or I play attacking midfield.
At that last play, you know, you had a big chance maybe right there to make the play. And I just thought at the angle you might be able to get around that keeper. But the defender came back. Were you surprised by the way she came back and played you at the very end?
I didn't even see the defender.
Yeah, it kind of came out of the blue, huh?
Yeah.
And it looked like you were on the serious breakaway, and this was going to be a 1-0 game. But it didn't matter because you had played so well and your team had played so well that you guys got the tie anyway, which allows you to move on. Talk a little bit more about your trip out here and how well you want to enjoy that.
Well, the trip out here, it was pretty fun, and I'm enjoying surf because I love California. I love to play soccer too, and this is my favorite tournament of the year.
Well, that's good. That's good. How did you guys do in league play and stuff?
We won every game so far.
I could tell. You're not number 4 in the nation for nothing. You pretty much have to be dominant in your league and win some tournaments, or at least be finalists and do well. Let me talk to your teammate in the middle. Tell us who you are and what position you play.
I'm Courtney Chung, and I play left back.
I remember one play that you had to make, and I don't know if you remember it too, but it was in that 6-yard box. If you don't make that play, they got a big chance around you. And what were you saying to yourself, I got to stand tall right here?
Yeah, I just thought to myself that you got to take a chance for your team to do whatever you have to do.
And you did, and it's thoughts like that are the types that win you tournaments and keep successful playing a game of soccer, because there are times when you're one-on-one with somebody and you're going to have to make a choice and you don't have anybody else around. So talk a little bit more about what you want to do as far as fun being out here in California.
I just want to go to beaches and amusement parks, stuff like that.
And by the way, I like the glasses.
Thanks.
Okay. All right. Well, let me talk to your teammate to the outside. And, again, tell us who you are and what position you play.
I'm Emily Paxton. I play right winger.
Emily, you're very, very active out there making things happen. Obviously, without your, help today, this whole thing couldn't have worked out. But talk a little bit about your team and how they have just seemed to back you up and make it fun for you out here.
They've done really good, and they've made everything fun. Everything, yeah.
All right, so what do you want to do while you're still out here?
Go to the beach. And go to movies, yeah.
Harry Potter, I hear you guys going to do that. It sounds good. Sounds good. All right, well, tell us what school you go to back in Arizona and favorite teacher, favorite subject.
I go to Gavilan Peak, and my favorite teacher is Mrs. Blair, and my favorite subject is recess.
I go to Zuni Hills. My favorite teacher is Miss Steele, and my favorite subject is recess.
I go to Coyote Hills Elementary, and my favorite teacher would be Mr. Mossman, and my favorite subject would have to be language. I love language.
Sounds good. Well, you guys real integral in the success for your team today, and thank you very much for coming out, and good luck in the rest of the time out here in California. Greg Porter back here with the Sereno 94 white team, and they were just very, very good today, and my thoughts are they're probably going to continue that way, not only in the rest of this tournament, but in the rest of big tournaments. Tell us who you are and what position you play.
I'm Marina McMorrow, and I play attacking center midfield.
Talk a little bit about you know, the types of things that your parents now are able to allow you guys to do when you think, you know, hey, you got to go to practice, and you get here, you get to practice, and you guys have to work hard, but your parents are always supportive. Talk a little about those types of things. I mean, they get you to practice and everything, but you guys come ready to play, right?
Yeah, we have to get all our stuff ready the night before and stuff, and then they take us to practice.
And how easy does the coach make it for you guys?
He makes it hard most of the time. He makes us work hard, and it's fun.
Hard but fun, and that's helped you guys advance to a different type of level of soccer, right?
Yes.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do while you're out here?
Go to the beach, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Alrighty, let me talk to your teammate. Tell us who you are and what position.
I'm Noelle Linneman, and I play target and sometimes right wide.
Okay. Talk a little bit about, you know, how you guys have played in this tournament and what you think the rest of the tournament is going to be and your rest of your trip out here. Talk a little bit about how you think it's going to be.
I think it's going to be awesome, and I think that we're going to play as hard as we can and win.
Yeah. I think you guys will. And now what school do you go to, and what's your favorite subject?
I go to Desert Arroyo, and my favorite subject is social studies, and my favorite teacher is Miss Glasgow.
And looking forward to going to see Harry Potter and seeing the beach?
Yeah.
Okay, and same with the school and the subject?
I go to St. Jerome's School, and my favorite subject is math, and my favorite teacher is Mrs. Neville.
Okay. All righty. One last thing you girls would like to say to your parents or anybody who ever watches this DVD.
Thank you for everything you've done for me, and yeah, that's it.
Thank you for getting me to practice every practice that we have and taking me to California for rides. Yeah.
Okay, girls. Well, thank you very much, and your team played great. And this was a hotly contested match, as you could see from the very beginning. The number 1 team and the number 4 team in the nation at this age group, and just a lot of good play in different areas of the soccer field. And it's just a great testament to both teams and the way they've been coaching their players and the way the parents have supported their kids in getting them out here today. The final score from the Surf Cup 2005 was 0-0 in the girls under 12 between Sereno 94 White and the Surf White. I'm Greg G.K. Porter saying take care of yourself and God bless. And then save this one on the hard drive.